Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hello. Welcome to our first session for the Work With Me personal vision and mission statement. This time is set aside so that we can work on our personal vision and mission statements. Our second one, we did our first one during the challenge, okay, the 5 day challenge. And hopefully you've participated in the challenge, whether you participated during the live or whether you participated it, participated in it during the replay sessions. So those are important. The workshop because it gives a foundation of what we're doing and why we're doing it. So at this point, what we're doing, we are selecting a second goal area that we're going to work on. And the my idea behind this is to prepare us to leverage the last few months of the year to start working on some of our goals. And what I have read and researched, it appears that it's kind of good not to overwhelm ourselves with selecting 999 things to do at once. A lot of the research says it's idea to work on one thing for every 30 days. Add another thing. It doesn't mean you stop what you started before. It means adding to it. So that's why we are selecting a second goal area. Having said that, I'm going to go ahead and start uh, the live. Well, I started the live, but I wanted to share briefly how this is going to work. I am not going to do a lot of explaining during this work with me session. The idea is to give you time to work on your goal areas or whatever. You may not even be working on your personal vision. That's fine. Maybe it's something else you want to work on and give yourself some dedicated time to work on. That's okay too. But this session was designed really for folks to work on their personal vision, but that's okay if you're not. Okay. You're welcome to work with us. Sometimes it's good just to have other people in community with you as you work on some things. Okay. And please feel free to use this platform as an opportunity to do that. Okay. So I am going to, as a reminder, place the 8 goal areas, and I have to break them up in two. I'll place them in the chat pod. And I have 8 defined goal areas that you may be interested in working on, or you may have other goal areas that you would like to work on, and that's okay too. So let me go over those 8 goal areas. And the 8 goal areas are from my workbook that I created. And you don't have to have this workbook to participate and do your personal vision and personal goals. Okay. But the workbook is called the Personal Vision and Mission Statement Workbook for Black Women. Okay. And it's a guided journal to help you perfect, refine, and reclaim your life vision. Again, you don't have to have this to participate in this activity. So I'm going to briefly remind you of the 8 uh, growth areas that I've included in the book. I've included spiritual growth, personal growth, health and wellness, family, professional growth, financial stability, social relationships, renewal, and recreation. Or you can create your own goal area, business, entrepreneurship, for example, retirement or creativity or hobbies, whatever is a goal area that's important to you. You please feel free to include it. Having said that, um, I selected health and wellness as my prior growth area. Now, I know I had given all of you guys the assignment to select your second goal area for this activity today. I haven't even selected my second one. So I'm going to select my second one. I'm going to select my second one and I'm going to start working on my vision statement. I'm going to wait like a few seconds for other folks to come in the room. And let me go ahead and I'm going to paste in the chat pot vision statement. I'm not going to post all the elements, but I do want to provide some guidance for people who do not have the workbook. If you don't have the workbook, don't even worry about it. Just get yourself a dedicated notepad and use that, and let's just keep it moving. Okay, so let me briefly paste in. So I'll paste in the instructions for how to, and it's not going to include everything. What I'll include is an explanation of what purpose the vision statement serves. And the reason why I'm going to do that and just stick to just putting a brief explanation is because I want to really dedicate as much time as possible to us actually writing these out. And again, I'm working on mine too. So let me get that for you. And then we'll start our first. Now, while I'm looking for that, we're going to work in the Pomodoro. We're using the Pomodoro method. So we'll be working for 25 minutes. Then we'll take a 5-minute rest. Get you some water, walk around, whatever you have to do. I'll probably go down and make me some tea or eat some pineapple or eat something I haven't eaten. So do that. And so I will set a timer. Today will probably be 98 minutes because it looks like we're 8 minutes into the live stream. So I'll have you on. We'll do, like I said, 25 minutes of writing, and then we'll do 5 minutes rest. And again, you can be working on your personal mission and vision statement if you like. And if you don't want to work on that, let's say you have something else you want to work on, that's okay too. So I am going to post, and I got to break it up, you guys, because in the YouTube chat, there is a limit on how much I can post in one post. So let's see if I can do this for you to make it more helpful. So for the personal vision, I'll put that in there, and then I will also put in personal mission statement. So what I'm posting now is a brief explanation about the personal vision statement. Let's see if that fits. Okay, I'm gonna have to take some of that out. Let's see. Okay, let me cut this in half. That's what I'll do. Then after that, you guys, I'm gonna be quiet. That's the first part of that. Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know why that came out like that. Huh. Let me edit that. See if it let me remove it. It let me remove it. Okay. Oh, I see what it's doing. Copy. And then let me try it again. All right. All right. So let's see if it'll let me put with the personal. Trying to paste this for you. out of that. Let me see if it'll let me do it this way. Should have had this ready. Okay. There we go. So there's the first part of personal vision. Maybe this will help you. And then I'll put the second part of personal vision. It doesn't let me put it all together. All right, so select. Okay. All right. So what I've done is I've posted what the personal vision statement, your personal vision statement is uh, an inspirational and motivational declaration of your future aspirations. Is based on your core uh, values and serves as a guide for making what you want to accomplish or where you desire to go in your life. Okay. So, those are the things that you want to think about when you're doing your personal vision and your personal vision statement. And that's the first thing that we're going to be working on today. At least that's what I'm going to be working on. And then I will move to my personal mission statement. I think I'll probably do that in the second 30 minutes or 25 minutes. And what I can do is to help folks. So first you want to pick, right? You want to pick what your uh, goal area is going to be. That's the first thing you want to do. You want to pick that. You want to pick what it's going to be. Okay. I don't know what your goal area is going to be, but you want to pick that. Okay. And then you want to start writing. Okay. Maybe now I'm going to mute myself. It's dark in here today because I have lights on off. I put just one, I put one of my circle lights on, and that's it because I kind of want to have a darker ambiance for while I'm writing. Okay. And let's see. So you may not, so hopefully you'll be able to see me. But let me start the timer and stop talking so we can get going. Okay. So I'm going to set it for 25 minutes. I think I'm going to just use my stopwatch here. I'll just set the stopwatch for 25 minutes. Timer. Yeah. Okay. So I'll set the stopwatch for 25 minutes. And it's going. So we'll be done for the first session at 9. That's 27. Let's see, 9:40. So 9:39 a.m. Pacific Standard. And I guess that's 12:39 Eastern Standard. First session. And I'll just call it first round. You'll hear noise outside because I have my window open. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and mute myself. And we'll work on this until 9:39. Okay. That's 25 minutes. So I will we have 5 minutes. Let's take a 5 minute break. So I'll set the timer for 5 minutes. That's gonna be 9:43. Is that 9:43? No, 9:44. Let's say 9:45. Make it easy. Okay, so I'll say break until 9:45 Pacific Standard Time. And I think that's 12:45 Eastern Standard Time. And you don't have to break if you don't want to. 9:45 a.m. PST, 12:45 p.m. EST. Also, I want to say this before we go on our break. I did put some prompts in the chat pod for folks, just to get your brain moving on, your personal vision statement, which is what I'm going to work on that when we come back. I kind of was just answering some questions. And then I'll also put some prompts in there for personal vision. But let's take our break. We'll be back at 9:45 Pacific Standard, 12:45 Eastern Standard. All right, I'm going to mute myself. Sorry about that, guys. So it's 9:46. We're going to start our second Pomodoro or Pomodoro, something like that. If you want to put what you're working on in the chat bot where you're checking in from, that's cool. I decided to work on my goal area is financial stability. And I'm coming to you from Cali, Central Cali. Financial stability, I think I'll put it there. From Central Cali. All right, and okay, from Central Cali. I don't know why this is doing this. If you want to put where you're all right. Okay. All right. So, excuse me. So I'm working on financial stability. I mentioned earlier that my first goal area was health and wellness. Um, that's what I worked, my personal vision and my personal mission statement. I worked on that during the 5-day challenge. So this time I'll be creating a financial stability, personal vision, and personal mission statement. You may hear all this noise outside because I have my window open. For me, it's very relaxing to hear the birds chirping outside. I'm upstairs, so I'm at the level of trees, so I can actually literally hear the birds chirping really well. So I have my window open. And I explained earlier that it's dark in here because have some candles here, and I work really well when it feels dark inside. It gives me that. I don't mean dark, dark. I mean dark as far as ambience is concerned. Um, I did put some prompts in the chat pot, and I put some prompts in the chat pot to help you create your personal vision. You don't have to follow that. And you also don't have to be working on your personal vision and mission statement during this work with me session. You can work on whatever you want to work on. So, hey, Mama Bear from Baltimore County, Maryland, is in the house, and she's working on her personal growth. Good for you. Happy to hear it, and I'm so happy you're here. Thank you. Just so as a reminder, we're having 2 work with me sessions. The second one will occur on November the 15th, the same time. So, you could attend that as well. Let's see, is it November 5th? Yeah, it's November the 15th. So we'll work on the next one, November the 15th. But here, I am working on my financial stability. You may see me eating because I haven't eaten this morning. I'll put some prompts in here for mission, to write your mission statement. I'll put those in here next. Let's go ahead and get started. I'll set the clock. We're going to do another 25 minutes of working, and then we'll do 5-minute break for our second session. Let me go ahead and put this in here first. That way you can have time to read it, and then you can start working on, because I haven't even written my personal vision statement yet. I'm going to write it now. Let's see. So the person, okay, I might have to take that out. Let's see. So this is what I'll do. I'll do it like this. I'll break it up. And those who don't need these prompts, you could just mute me and just start working on whatever, and that gives you extra time. I'll put the time, when I start the timer, I'll put the time in the thing. on a second. What's happening with my... Oh, I'm just going to put a reminder of what the personal mission statement entails. It's not everything that we taught during the workshop, but it'll give you a hint as to what to kind of look at. I'll put that in here now for you. I had to kind of remind myself, and I got the workbook, wrote the workbook. So let me share that with you. Okay. So there's a personal mission, and I can put some prompts in there too. Let me put a few prompts in there. Okay. And I will put some prompts. Give me a second. You're welcome. Thank you for letting me know. You guys, thank you. When you all let me know that something is helpful, it really helps me because I do the stuff, so I assume certain things. So when people let me know, hey, something is helpful, that's helpful for me because then I know, okay, do more of this, do less of that. So please feel free to, um, let me know what's working out. I'm trying to find the prompts for personal mission, and then I'll mute myself and give us 25 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start the timer now. And let's see, 25 minutes. It'll be 10:25. So I'm going to say 10:20. I'll just round it up, say 10:20. Start the timer now. Start my stopwatch. Timer. Okay. Okay, we'll write until 10:20. I'm going to mute myself now. Okay, here's our break for our second break. So we'll break until 10:25. Excuse me, my voice. We'll break until 10:25 Pacific Standard Time, and I think that's 1:25 Eastern Standard Time. So let me type that in here. Sorry about that, you guys. I forgot to set the break uh, alarm for myself. Okay, so we are starting round 3. This is our final round. And what I'll do before we start, I personally am working on, I told you guys my financial stability. If you want to add in here what you're working on, that's fine. That'd be great. And before I do that, what I can do is I can put in here, because I'll be working. I did my, let me see if you could see this. I did my, you know what? Let me move this away. And maybe you could see it better this way. So I worked on my financial stability. I worked on my personal vision statement up here. Okay, I worked on my personal vision statement. And then I worked on my personal mission statement. Okay, so now I'll be working on, let me get this a little closer so you can see it. I don't think I did a very good job of showing it to you. Let me do it like this. I'll go to another one. I'll go to a blank one because I'm trying not to show all my personal business, but let's see. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll go to a blank one. So for example, this is my book. You don't have to have that. You don't have to do that to participate. But oh, there it is. So you'll see this is the first one is the personal vision. Okay. The second one, and this is for social relationships. I'm not doing social relationships. I'm just using this as an example. So the first one is personal vision. You can see that. The second one is mission. Okay, so that would be your mission statement. That's your why you're doing it. Your mission statement is your how you're going to do it. And then the next one that I'm going to be working on is motivation. So this is motivation for social relationships, but I'll be doing my motivation statement for financial stability. And so that's what you want to do, even if you don't have the workbook. And I'll put the link to the workbook in the chat pot as well. But you don't have to, again, purchase it to participate. You just get yourself a dedicated notebook and move on about your business. So what I'll do is I will put in the chat pot some prompts that'll help you, or that'll kind of get you thinking. And put this back over here, this light. That'll help you kind of, get your juices thinking about how you want to move. So here is about the personal mission statement. Your personal mission statement details the strategy you plan. Oh, we did the personal mission statement. I'm sorry. Your personal motivation statement. That's what we're working on now. And you may not be working on that. That's okay. You could work on at your pace, whatever you're working on. Even if you're not even working on this, that's okay too. Okay, this is about what you want to work on during this work with me time. I am working on my stuff because I know that I am the type of person, I have to have a structured time to do stuff. And if I don't have that structured time, it just, you guys, it just won't get done. That's just keeping it 100. So these work with me sessions keep me accountable, holds me accountable to me. And, I figured, other people may want to do it. And so that's why I've decided to do this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put in the chat pot what the personal motivational statement. And it's just a reminder. Okay. It's just a reminder. It's your why. And of course, you could define it the way you want, but the way I defined it in the book was this way. So let me just go ahead and put that there. And then I'll put the definition. And I'm breaking it up, you guys, because the chat pod only lets me put so much in there at a time. So let me do that. And then we'll put the timer on here. Uh-oh, I still have too much in here. Goodness. I'll break this up more, you guys. I'm sorry. You might hear all kind of stuff outside because I have my window open. The fresh air really helps me to think clearly when I'm working on something, deep like this. And let's see. I was going to do this using StreamYard. That's another platform because StreamYard will allow me to actually put, to attach things that you can see visually. But last time I had a problem with StreamYard and I didn't want to have a problem, today. I wanted to be able to get in here, do what I need to do, and or what we need to do and move on. So that's why I didn't use StreamYard, but I'll play around with it and see how I can use it for future things. But anyway, so your personal motivation statement, it explains your reason for establishing your vision and your mission statement for each goal area. So whatever goal area you're working on, it supports that. It represents your why for selecting this goal. Okay. And that's essential because sometimes we're gonna want to give up, right? And so this will help you to say, hey, you know what? This is why I selected this goal area for this time. Now, what I'll do in addition to, and I said I wasn't gonna do any explaining on this, but I just felt I wanted to explain some stuff to you guys. And so what I'll do is I'll put some questions in the chat pod that will prompt you in writing your why. Okay, so there's the explanation, and then I'll put about 3 questions. Let's see if those are, no, I'll put 6. I'm going to break them up in 3, see if that fits. Yeah, that'll go nicely. There we go. There's the first 3 questions. You don't have to answer those questions, but that's what I'm doing before I write out my individual statements. What I'm doing is I am answering those questions for myself so that that my statement supports answering these questions. You do not have to do that. You don't have to answer these questions. Questions are just a prompt to help you, a tool. And let me put the last 3 in here. I won't read them. I'll let you read them. Okay. So there's the questions that will help you to craft your motivation statement. Okay. They'll help you craft that. I'll be answering those questions as well. So let's go ahead and start our third round. This is going to be our third round, you guys, and our third and final round for today. Again, we'll meet November the 15th. That's 2 Saturdays from now, not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday. So let me start the clock, the timer, and that's going to end at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard. And I think that's 12, 11, 12. That's going to be 2 Eastern Standard, I believe. Okay. All right, go ahead and get started. I'm going to mute myself. All right. Okay, you guys. We actually did 2 hours. Okay, because I did some explaining that I said I wasn't going to do, but I wanted to, make things clear for everyone. So we did 2 hours, um, 90 minutes of actual, 75 minutes of actual writing. So I was able to complete I was able to complete my personal, again, for today, I selected financial stability, which is one of the 8 areas in the workbook. So I selected financial stability, and I was able to complete my personal vision statement. Okay. And then you probably can't see that. And I was able to complete my personal mission statement, and I was able to complete my personal motivational statement. I was able to complete those 3 things for financial stability. Okay. So if you want to put what you were working on in the chat pod and what you were able to do, I'll be happy to shout you out for that. And while people are thinking of, and it's no pressure, no pressure. Um, next, the next meeting, we will do our personal vision strategies. We'll go over those, and we'll do our commitment. We'll do our commitment statement. Okay. Oh, and we'll also we did these exercises, some reflection exercises the last time. So we'll do the personal vision strategies. We'll do reflections, and then we'll do our commitment statement next time. So if anyone wants to share, go ahead and share now. I'll give a few minutes, and I want to thank you for joining us today. We did a great job. I did put the link to the personal vision and mission statement workbook, which is here. And I just want to share about this cover. This cover was really inspired. My aunt, Cynthia, we call her Nanny. She is a designer. And when I was little, she was always designing. Actually, her and my mom. My mom did. My mom sewed too, but my aunt was really into designing. So when I was little, I'd always see her with all these different stencil designs of things that she wanted to design. So this book, the cover is an inspiration. It was inspired by seeing my aunt Nanny and all of her growing up. I see her doing her thing, designing. Okay, so I just wanted to say that if people are wondering. The other thing I wanted to say is, keep on doing your thing. It don't matter, what other people think. Let me move this closer to me because I'm not sure if you can hear me. Keep doing your thing. Your personal vision is your personal thing. And it don't have to be perfect because, again, we're not into perfection. We're into progression. Okay. That's how we got this channel. I wanted to wait until things were perfect, but if things had been perfect, things wouldn't have happened, right? And we wouldn't have this community. Okay, so anyway, until next time, I will see you all later. I'll see you on November the 15th at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I believe that's going to be 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And because I'm not sure about if Central Standard Time changes or not, I won't even say that. You guys will have to figure it out. Oh, and we go back, we fall back 1 hour, I think on Sunday at 2 a.m. Okay. All right. I'll talk to you soon. God bless you all. And thank you so much for allowing me to complete some things that I've wanted to complete. I'm doing this for myself as much as or more for myself than anybody else. Okay. Charity begins at home, but having this community, it makes me accountable, and I do appreciate it. We will be meeting, I think, again probably in like 30 days for the challenge, because we did have a 7-day follow-up reflection. But 30 days from when we did the challenge the last time, I think that was October 25th. So around after Thanksgiving, around that time, we'll meet to do a reflection. That'll be our 30-day reflection. Okay. So, okay, I don't want to keep you. I know everybody got things to do. Talk to you soon. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah. See ya. You're welcome, Mama Bear. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You have a good day. Bye.